Good afternoon. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Welcome to Saxon Woods Park in White Plains, where we are here to sign a number of important environmental bills into law, Westchester County law, as the culmination of a process that represents our commitment to the environment. And joining me here today, in addition to Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins, are a number of members of the Westchester County Board of Legislators and a number of prominent individuals who are active in the environmental movement all across Westchester County. They're not the only actions that have been taken. This Westchester County Board of Legislators passed, and I signed into law, an important bill earlier in the year that reduced the plastic individual pollution that goes into our waste stream that's tied into the restaurants and takeout orders within the county. These four bills go along with that in the same spirit, along with other executive actions we've had, because we know that concern about the environment crosses all political lines. These are not partisan issues. These are bipartisan issues. We all care about our environment. We want to see clean air, clean water, and clean land. We certainly want to see recreational facilities, but we also want to deal with the climate crisis that we face. This milestone set of legislations today includes four separate pieces of legislation. There is the Lead-Free Parks Act, which will create a process for monitoring and remediating drinking water in all of our county parks to ensure its safety. We have the Addressing Asthma in Community of Color Amendment, which will create a subcommittee of the African American Advisory Board dedicating to studying and making recommendations for policy changes to address the high rates of asthma in communities of color. And I might add that that study is not just esoteric. We know that last year the state voters passed an Environmental Bond Act where 30% of the revenues have been set aside for environmental justice projects. So the work of this effort to identify how we're going to reduce asthma can then be followed and funded by resources that exist to actually implement those projects to reduce asthma. The third bill is the Renewable Energy Database Act, which allows the county to assist local governments in their move to create more renewable energy, establishing a database for siting of renewable energy infrastructure on municipal property. Think in terms of EV charging stations as one example of that. And the fourth bill is the Equity in Environmental Legislation Act, which ensures that all communities are treated fairly when the county is considering any new law in an effort to combat historical cases of violation of environmental justice. Legislation is not the only tool open to county government. You have seen over the course of the last number of years, we have made a commitment to electrify our bus system. Our bus fleet, 300-plus buses, B-Line buses, are now electric or electric hybrid. And in both of those cases, it creates cleaner air and less use of fossil fuels. We've also been able to expand our scope in electric vehicle charging stations, both the county in the way it's implemented it, as well as local governments. And we have a program in the budget in which we will help incentivize local governments that tackle that project. We had just a few days ago recognition by the state of New York of many of our governments that have achieved status in climate-smart communities. This is an example of the across-the-board commitment that Westchester County, not the government of Westchester County, but Westchester County's people and institutions have toward improving our environmental presence and to reduce our carbon footprint and to increase means of recycling and to reduce the amount of waste in our system. And all of these things and more are part of the agenda going forward. It's an important statement of how you work together and you advance government in a way that's productive. And we're very happy that we were able to do this today. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Thank you for being present. Thank you for watching, and we'll speak to you soon.